7 dangerous papaya mistakes you need to avoid. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever bitten into a juicy slice of papaya, thinking you're making a healthy choice, only to find yourself unknowingly putting your health at risk? Papaya, often seen as a tropical treat, is enjoyed by millions worldwide. But despite its sweet taste and numerous health benefits, many of us make mistakes when we eat it, mistakes that could actually harm our health without us even realizing it. Today, we're going to dive into 7 common mistakes people make when eating papaya that could actually be fatal if you're not careful. Now, I know that sounds a little intense, but trust me, these are things you need to be aware of. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more health tips like this. And don't forget to comment below and tell us where you're watching from. We love to hear from our community. Let's start with something simple. Not washing the skin before cutting your papaya. I know. It seems like a step you could skip. After all, you're not eating the skin, right? But here's the thing. Skipping this crucial step can actually expose you to harmful bacteria and chemicals. And I'm about to tell you exactly why. Now, think about it for a second. The skin of a papaya, like many fruits, is exposed to a lot of things during its journey from farm to table. We're talking about potential pesticide residues, bacteria like salmonella, and even traces of animal waste from the harvesting process. When you slice through the unwashed skin with your knife, you're unknowingly transferring all of that nastiness straight into the flesh of the fruit, the part you're about to eat. Real life example. Imagine this. A few years ago, there was a significant salmonella outbreak linked to papayas in the US. According to the CDC, the bacteria were found not just on the skin but in the flesh of the fruit as well, all because people were cutting through the contaminated skin without washing it. So, what should you do? It's easy. Always wash your papaya before cutting it. Even if the skin looks clean, give it a quick rinse under running water. You can use your hands or a soft produce brush to scrub it gently. The goal is to remove any contaminants that might have made their way onto the surface during handling or transport. Personal opinion. I can't stress this enough. I've learned this lesson the hard way. Once, I ate some papaya without washing it, and within hours, I was feeling pretty miserable. Ever since, I've made it a habit to wash all fruits, even those I don't plan on eating the skin of, just to avoid those potential risks. Moving on to mistake number 6, storing papaya the wrong way. This is one of those things that seems trivial, but it can actually make a huge difference in the quality of your papaya and your health. First things first, papayas are very delicate. Because they have high water content and natural sugars, they're particularly vulnerable to spoilage. That means how you store your papaya can make or break the experience. Let's start with unripe papaya. If you've bought an unripe papaya, it's best to leave it at room temperature to ripen. This allows the fruit to develop that lovely sweet flavor and soft texture that we all love. You'll know it's ripe when the skin has turned from green to a golden yellow and the fruit yields slightly to gentle pressure. At this point, it's ready to be eaten. But what happens if you're not going to eat your papaya right away? Well, that's when storage becomes key. According to the USDA, once papaya is ripe, it should be placed in the refrigerator. This will slow down the ripening process and help prevent spoilage and bacteria growth. A ripe papaya can last in the fridge for up to 5 to 7 days. Real life example. Let's talk about something that's happened to many of us. You buy a papaya, store it on the counter, and forget about it for a couple of days. Next thing you know, it's overripe, mushy, and smells bad. Or worse, you cut it open and notice strange spots or mold. That's because the warm environment speeds up bacterial growth. Not to mention, the fruit absorbs odors from nearby foods, which can affect its taste. Personal opinion. I've made this mistake countless times. I used to leave papayas out on the counter, hoping they'd ripen faster, only to find them spoiled after a couple of days. Ever since I started refrigerating ripe papayas, I've noticed a huge improvement in taste and freshness. This next mistake is something I think a lot of people overlook: throwing away papaya seeds. Did you know that the seeds are actually packed with health benefits? Yep, most people scoop them out and toss them without even thinking twice. Real life example. A friend of mine was about to throw away the seeds from a papaya she had just eaten, and I stopped her. I told her that she could actually dry the seeds, crush them, and add them to smoothies for a nutritional boost. She was surprised to learn that papaya seeds contain fiber, healthy fats, magnesium, calcium, and even antibacterial properties. Studies have shown that papaya seeds are effective against bacteria like E. coli, Staphylococcus, and even Salmonella. They contain a natural enzyme called papain, which helps with digestion, and some research suggests that they could even help with parasite cleansing. Personal opinion: I've started incorporating papaya seeds into my diet. I throw them into my smoothies or sprinkle them over salads. Not only do they add a peppery flavor, but I also feel like I'm giving my gut a little extra support. But here's the catch. While papaya seeds are great in moderation, they can be harmful if consumed in excess. Too many seeds can lead to potential toxicity, and some studies suggest that they might even affect fertility. So keep the intake small, about a teaspoon a day, and you're good to go. Now, let's talk about mistake number 4, eating papaya that's too unripe. While it's true that unripe papaya is used in a lot of dishes, especially in Thai and other Asian cuisines, eating raw, unripe papaya can cause some digestive issues. Unripe papaya contains papain, an enzyme that helps break down proteins. While this is great for digestion in moderation, consuming too much unripe papaya can actually irritate the stomach lining. It can cause symptoms like heartburn, nausea, and diarrhea. Real life example. A few years ago, I had a friend who decided to try eating green papaya as a snack. She wasn't cooking it or marinating it, just eating it raw. She called me a few hours later complaining about stomach cramps and bloating. I realized immediately that the unripe papaya had caused the discomfort. Personal opinion: I've learned to be cautious about unripe papaya. I enjoy it cooked in dishes like green papaya salad, but I would never eat it raw unless it's been prepared properly. For those of us with sensitive stomachs, this is something to be really aware of. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, if a little papaya is good for me, then a lot must be even better, right? But here's the thing, overeating papaya can actually lead to some uncomfortable symptoms. Papaya is rich in fiber and enzymes, which is fantastic for digestion. However, if you eat too much of it at once, you could experience some unwanted side effects. Excessive fiber can lead to bloating, diarrhea, and stomach cramps. And the enzymes, especially papain, in large amounts, can overstimulate your stomach, leading to acid reflux or heartburn. Real life example. I had a friend who started eating papaya every day as part of a detox plan. After a few days, she started feeling bloated and gassy. When she visited her doctor, it turned out that the large amounts of fiber and enzymes were overwhelming her digestive system. Personal opinion: overeating anything isn't a good idea, and papaya is no exception. I try to stick to 1 slice a day, about a cup of diced papaya. That's enough to get all the benefits without going overboard. Here's one that a lot of people don't think about: mixing papaya with certain medications. While papaya is packed with nutrients and health-boosting enzymes, it can interact with some medications in ways that can cause unwanted side effects. For example, if you take blood thinners like warfarin, consuming large amounts of papaya can interfere with your medication. Papaya contains vitamin K, which plays a key role in blood clotting. Too much papaya can disrupt the balance of vitamin K in your blood, making your medication less effective or increasing the risk of clotting or bleeding. Real life example. I've known people on blood thinners who had to adjust their diet because of their papaya consumption. They were unaware that it could affect their medications, and it wasn't until they consulted their doctor that they learned to moderate their intake. Personal opinion. It's important to always check with your doctor if you're on medication and want to make significant changes to your diet. Even something as simple as eating papaya could affect your treatment plan. The last mistake, and arguably the most serious, is ignoring allergies to papain, the enzyme found in papaya. While papaya is generally safe for most people, some people are allergic to papain, and consuming it can trigger severe reactions. For example, some individuals experience symptoms like itching in their mouth, swelling of the lips or tongue, abdominal pain, and even anaphylaxis, a life-threatening allergic reaction. Real life example. I've had a close friend who developed an allergy to papain after eating papaya. The first time, it was just a mild rash. The second time though, her throat began to swell, and she had to be rushed to the hospital. It turns out she was allergic to papain, and now she avoids papaya altogether. Personal opinion. This is one mistake I take very seriously. If you have any allergies or even mild reactions to papaya, please don't ignore them. It's always better to err on the side of caution and consult a doctor. So, there you have it, the 7 common papaya mistakes that could actually be harmful to your health. I hope this video has helped you become more mindful of how you handle, store, and consume papaya. Remember, papaya is a fantastic fruit with numerous health benefits, but it's important to enjoy it the right way to get the most out of it safely. Have you ever made one of these mistakes without realizing it? Or do you have any other papaya-related tips? Drop them in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Don't forget to like and share the video if you found it helpful, and subscribe for more health tips. Thanks for watching, and take care of your health. It's the most important thing you've got.